Couple stories about shootings, and this particular one really goes to the culture of violence that we sometimes talk about. Well, you might look at me and say, David, that sounds like a social justice warrior term. What culture of violence are you talking about? Because overall violent crime is down. Yes, that's true, but what I'm talking about is the idea of going to firearms to solve problems that should never even have firearms involved. And to that end, police said a man fired dozens of shots at an apartment complex yesterday over a parking dispute. Neighbors said this was the result of a dispute over a particular parking spot. The man who did the shooting lives at the apartment complex. The apartment he shot up is right next door, and the tenant apparently put her white SUV in a spot where this individual likes to park, Lewis. At least 28 bullet holes in one apartment door. The individual lives in this apartment complex. One of his neighbors said that he first heard 12 gunshots, one right after the other. Then I heard another 12 like a minute later, and indeed 28 bullet holes found on the front of an apartment. I consider this separate from gun homicides. This is what I call the casual use of guns to solve problems. This is a very, very American problem. Parking lot shootings, actually, are shockingly common in the U.S. Last March, there were 1 dead and 2 shot in a 17-person battle in a Walmart parking lot. Yeah, something about Walmart and shootings does make sense to me. Right at the beginning of the year, there was a shooting at a Planet Fitness parking lot in Las Vegas. Things can get pretty crazy, Lewis, when you don't stack the weights back up. People take that very, very seriously.
The problem is guns empower people.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And a few months ago, we had the story from a Home Depot where an armed woman, who I guess thought she was a good woman with a gun, started haphazardly discharging her gun in the direction of a moving car that she believed had shoplifters leaving the scene. They reportedly stole somewhere around $40 worth of crap from Home Depot.
And did she hit a bystander?
Did she hit? I don't know. I don't think she did hit a bystander.
There was one shooting similar to that where a bystander was hit.
This is a systemic issue. This is what people in other countries don't get. How does someone take a gun out over road rage or someone taking your parking spot? Lewis, you've been towed multiple times in Texas by these racket towing companies. That's still, and that would have almost justified, those rackets would almost justify some kind of physical violence.
Yes.
You still would never go to that.
Right. Well, the thing is that people want to go there. And in many other countries, people don't have the gun, so they can't take out the gun. Here, you have the guns, you take out the gun.
Why not use it to solve a problem?
Yeah, you make a mistake, and maybe you regret it later, depending on if you hit anybody, I guess.